All right, guys, so it's been a little bit. We were waiting on the intake bolts to come in because the only thing is when you order these Billet Pro Shop lockouts, they don't come with hardware. But so we had to do some researching and some talking to some homies, and we got it figured out. So we are finally back on Vic's car, and yes, we kind of had it set up the other day, but we're actually waiting on these bolts. So pulled everything apart, redid it, and so now we're actually putting it back together, getting the guides back on, getting the other chains on, and then we will actually be ready to time this thing today. So based on what a few people recommended, we actually got the Moroso Pro wheel because it's a lot bigger, it's easier to use. You can get like these smaller wheels. I have the Comp Cam one around here somewhere, but they're just harder to read because they're so small. So it's easier if you get this big Moroso Pro wheel. We've already got the deal on the crankshaft keyway, so we are ready to go. There's a little adapter on there, tightens it down. How are you doing? I know you're. So we'll be timing it here in a couple minutes, and then essentially after that, it'll be ready to. We'll probably put the manifolds on and all the small accessory stuff, and then actually start dropping it into Vic's car, hopefully in a couple days. So we're making some progress finally. Waiting on bolts sucks. It sucks, man. What is it? It sucks, man. Oh yeah, and you gotta push this little dealy-doo in so you can get it on there, and then it'll snap once you let it go. Release the pin!
What's this chain already tight?
Release the pin! Okay.
I could put it back in.
Nah, the effect was not cool, honestly.
Look,
that was boring.
I just go.
Release the pin!
Now it's tight. Yeah, look.
Bam! Look at that. Oh, snap. All right, now we got to degree this. How awesome. Tons of fun. All right, it's 1 in the morning. We are on try number 7. Oh, boy. Yeah, this is tough. It's not fun. Literally, the slightest nut hair movement, you know what I'm saying,
So this
makes
is
this thing go crazy.
So this is David's way of graphing and like writing everything down, and that's my way of writing everything
Chase's
down.
way of doing this is incorrect. That's why I had to step in. So.
Oh, stop.
All right, hold it while we do this. All right, so this is our first time actually degreeing cams on a Coyote. So what you have to do is put a piston stop in there, find TDC, pretty much go clockwise, let it hit, write the number down, go counterclockwise, let it hit, write the number down, divide by 2. And so now we're actually setting up the gauge so we can actually degree the cams now that we know what TDC is. And you can get this little kit from Comp Cams, and there's a few things online that show you how to do it. But this is definitely a first for us on actual degreeing Coyote cams. But
Don't do it. It's a terrible idea.
it is, yeah, it's definitely a process for sure. So much fun. So much fun. But it'll be worth it. Well, guys, we last left off degreeing the cams, and that was pretty much right around Thanksgiving time. And then a couple days went by. Chase took a couple days off. I sat and worked on Huffman's car. Then I worked on my own car, as you guys saw in the previous video. So we kind of got away from Vic's for a while. But we did end up finish degreeing the cams. And I will tell you this. I've never degreed the cams before. And holy smokes, it's a lot of work. So once you kind of wrap your head around how it works, it goes a lot smoother and makes more sense. We tried to watch videos on it, and honestly, they did not help us. So we went back to some other instructions we had on how to do it, and it made a lot more sense actually. But it can get, it's not confusing, but it's just, you got to wrap your head around the idea of how to measure everything and how to set it up. And setting up the gauge for actually finding max lift with the valves, that thing is a pain in the ass, and it has to be perfect or else it can skew what your readings are. So anyways, we got the cams all degreed. We're starting to put all the accessories back on, like we put the front timing cover back on. You got to put silicone in certain spots where metal meets metal, and got the headers on, valve covers on. Started to put the cam sensors on, just small stuff that's easier to get to while the engine's out. And I just put a motor plate on it. I don't have my RPG one or my motion one on me, so I had to buy an MMR one, and because I'm running out of motor plates here. But anyways, got an MMR motor plate on there. I need to put the lower pulley on, the water pump on, alternator, and a few other small little things, and then his engine's actually ready to drop in. So let me show you guys what it looks like. There is Vic's engine, looking pretty good. And so yeah, you can see we got the manifolds on, got the engine mounts on. Yeah, just starting to make progress on it. But we still gotta obviously put the reluctor wheel on, put the flex plate on, get the transmission on there, clutch. His is a manual car if you guys have forgot. But we took some time a couple weeks ago and cleaned out the engine bay, got everything nice and clean. So his should go pretty smooth once we get all the accessory stuff back on. We just got to get it over here and get the engine in. We've just, some of the stuff was missing, like just small little bolts, and some threads were kind of junk, so we had to tap out some threads. So that's why it's taking a little bit longer to put his together, just waiting on parts and trying to figure out what we were missing, things like that. But his is really, really getting close.
Good friggin' morning. It's 6:55 a.m. So if you guys don't know, work at the gym, Contagion Athletics, full time, and I always have a client literally every day at 5:30 a.m. and took a little break so that we could take this early drop off this morning. So we're headed to the shop real quick to pick up or get this vehicle dropped off for some work, and I'll show you guys what it is.
But first, we have to pick up Chase. And 6:58 a.m. Oh, there's dogs barking. Oh, hopefully don't wake the neighbors. That's cool as hell. Excuse me?
It is so cold.
That's not that bad. Morning drop off. So this twin turbo Gen 3 truck, he's got a few issues going on that we got to diagnose, so but we're not going to touch it for a few days because we got to catch up on all this madness. But Vic's engine is ready to go in. Finally got the balancer for it, got the belts on, so that's going to go in. We're working on mics, getting the K member in, starting the turbo kit, oil pump gears, crank sprocket. But damn, look at that truck. Woo! Waiting on the axle for the Hellcat. So, but yeah, this thing is pretty clean. So, boys came all the way from Montana. Chase is so excited. It is freezing cold.
Ice cold.
Dang. Cold. Spicy, spicy, spicy.
This is what yours is. Center was forward drive.
Just shut up. Check the hat. All right, so as you guys can see, we are pretty busy. We're pretty much, we have another car coming like next week, I think. And then we're pretty much literally booked out for the end of the year. That is it. That's it. So we're super busy, but it's exciting. It's pretty cool where we're going, but we have a lot of work to do. I'll go more in depth on the F-150 in like the next couple of videos. Because we got to order some parts for it, and then we got to get caught up on a few vehicles they're working on now. But that's when he could drop it off because he's really busy with work. So we let him drop it off early, and it's going to sit for a couple days, maybe a week, and then we'll start ordering some parts and get working on it. But in the meantime, we're going to work on getting Vic's done. We should have that up and running here in the next couple days. Look how big the puppy has got. So if you guys remember, we got Revy in Arizona like 3 months ago. Look how big she is. Oh yeah, you're just the cutest thing ever.
You want a Mustang? You want a Mustang? You want twin turbo?
No, she wants a Bronco.
Kennedy wants a Bronco. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed us working on degreeing the Coyote cams, which is so much fun. And picking up or getting the F-150 dropped off. So keep you guys up to date. I do have some huge updates coming on my car. We're just waiting on some parts to come in as with everybody else's. Well, let's see you guys on the next one.